Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to show you how to make this year the best of your life, 2026, or depending when you are seeing this video. So without further ado, let's start. Every year begins the same way for most people. There's a quiet moment somewhere in the last days of December, or maybe in the first days of January, where you look at your life and think, next year will be different. You don't always say it loud, sometimes it's just a thought while you're lying in bed. Sometimes it's a note on your phone, and sometimes it's a conversation with a friend. But the idea is always the same. Next year, you'll be more disciplined, more focused, in better shape, making more money, closer to the life you imagine, and so on. And for a few days, maybe even a few weeks, it feels real. You wake up earlier, you eat a bit cleaner, you go to the gym, you work with more energy, and you start planning things. It feels like the year is finally under your control. But then, slowly, almost invisible, things start to slip. You stay up late one night, you skip one workout, you order food instead of cooking, you waste one afternoon scrolling. And nothing dramatic happens. There's no big failure, no explosion, no clear moment where everything falls apart. Just small changes, small compromises, and small delays. And after a few months later, life looks strangely familiar. The same routines, the same energy levels, the same frustrations, the same financial situation, the same thought about starting again soon. And by the end of the year, you are back in that quiet moment, looking at your life, thinking the same sentence. Next year will be different. The illusion of the new year. The problem is not the intention, most people genuinely want a better life. The problem is the illusion behind the new year. We treat the new year like a reset button, like the calendar itself has the power to change who we are. But nothing magical happens at midnight on the last day of December. Your habits don't change, your environment doesn't change, your mindset doesn't improve. You wake up on January 1st with the same room, same phone, same routines, same friends, same distractions, same bank account, same body, same thoughts. The only thing that changes is the number on the calendar, and yet every year people expect that number to carry the weight of their transformation. They think, this is the year everything changes. But a better year is not created by a new number, it's created by different days. And different days only happen when something in your life actually changes. Your environment, your priorities, your habits, your direction, or the energy. Without those changes, the year just repeats itself. Different calendar, but same life. Most people don't consciously design their year. They let the year design itself. They wake up when they have to, they go where they are expected, they react to messages, they react to tasks, they react to stress and opportunities. Life becomes a series of actions. There's no main direction, no clear structure, just movement. And months pass like this. January becomes March, March becomes June, June becomes September, and suddenly it's December once again. And the strange part is that nothing feels dramatically wrong. But nothing feels dramatically better either. It's just the same. And that's how many years quietly disappear. Not through disaster, but through repetition. If you look at people who genuinely have a great year, it rarely looks dramatic from the outside. There is usually no big moment where everything changes. No instant success, no overnight transformation, and no magical opportunity. Most of the time, their year improves because their energy improves, their environment improves, habits improve, income improves, directions becomes clearer. And those things don't change in a day. They change in small, almost invisible steps. A slightly earlier bedtime, a cleaner workspace, a better routine, a more focused schedule, a few better financial decisions. None of these things look exciting, but together they start to reshape the year. Now let's talk about the three pillars that quietly shape your entire year. If you strip life down to its simplest form, most of your experience is shaped by three things: your health, your work or money, and your environment. Not 10 things, not 20 habits. Not a complex productivity system, just these three things. First, let's talk about the health. Your energy levels controls almost everything else. If you sleep badly, eat badly, and never move your body, your entire life feels heavier. Tasks feel harder, focus feels weaker, motivation feels lower, and stress feels stronger. You may think you need a better plan, a new goal, or a new strategy. But sometimes what you really need is more sleep, more movement, better food, more sunlight, and more water. It sounds simple, but energy is the foundation of action. A tired brain doesn't build a great year. Now let's talk about the work and money. The second pillar is your work and your financial situation. You don't need to be rich to have a good year, but constant financial stress changes how you think. When money is tight, every decision feels heavier, expenses create anxiety, and mistakes feel dangerous. Your mind becomes defensive instead of creative, but even small financial progress changes your psychology. A bit more savings, a bit more income, a bit more stability. It creates breathing room, and breathing room creates clarity. Clarity creates better decisions, and better decisions slowly build a better year. Now the environment, my favorite one. The third pillar is your environment, your room, your workspace, your city, your friends, and your digital world. Environment is silent but powerful. A messy room creates mental noise. A chaotic schedule creates stress. Negative people drain energy, and constant notifications destroy focus. But when your environment improves, your space feels calmer, your work feels easier, and your mind feels clearer. You don't need motivation in a good environment, you just follow a path of least resistance. Most people want a different year, but they keep the same habits, the same environment, the same sleep schedule, the same distractions, the same priorities, and then they expect different results. But life is very simple in one aspect. Same inputs, same outputs. If your days don't change, your year won't change either. The power of one main focus. One of the biggest mistakes people make is trying to change everything at once. At the beginning of a new year, the plan often looks like this. Go to the gym 6 times per week. Start a business, read more books, save money, travel more, fix relationships, wake up at 5 am, learn a new skill. It sounds very good and impressive, but it's not realistic. Energy is limited, time is limited, and attention is also the same. When you try to improve everything at once, you end up improving nothing. A better approach is much simpler. One main focus, one secondary focus, everything else is maintenance. For example, main focus, career or income. Secondary focus, health, everything else stable but not extreme. Or main focus, finishing university, secondary, building a routine, and everything else balance. This gives your year a direction, no 10 directions, just one. And direction creates momentum. The 12-month perspective. Another problem is the way people think about time. Most people measure progress in days, weeks, maybe a month, but real changes often need longer periods. Think about this. What would happen if you went to the gym 3 times per week for 12 months, or saved a small amount of money every month for 12 months, or practice a skill for just 1 hour a day for 12 months? The results would be dramatic. But the problem is that 12 months feel abstract and far away. So people focus on short periods. They go to the gym for 2 weeks and expect visible transformation. They save money for 1 month and expect financial freedom. They work on a project for a few days and expect success. When the results don't come quickly, they stop. Not because the method was wrong, but because the timeline was too short. A great year is not built in a week. It's built across hundreds of ordinary days. The environment reset. Before habits, before routines, before motivation, there is one simple step that changes everything. Reset your environment. Your environment silently shapes your behavior. If your room is messy, your mind feels messy. If your phone is full of distractions, your focus disappears. If your workspace is chaotic, your work becomes chaotic. So instead of working the year with big goals, start with a simple reset. Clean your room, organize your desk, delete useless apps, unfollow negative accounts, create a simple, calm workspace. These are small actions, but they send a signal to your brain. Something is changing. And once the environment changes, behavior becomes easier to change too. You don't rise to your goals, you fall to your environment. The energy first rule. Many people start a new year with productivity systems. New planners, new apps, new routines, but they ignore the most basic factor: energy. If you are sleep deprived, dehydrated, inactive, stressed, or constantly overstimulated, no productivity system will save you. Low energy makes everything harder. Focus, discipline, decision making, and emotional control. High energy makes everything easier. So instead of asking, how can I be more productive? I ask, how can I have more energy every day? That usually starts with very simple things: sleep, basic movement, and real food, sunlight, and also hydration. These are not glamorous, but they are powerful. The connection between money and freedom. Money is not everything, and I really believe this, but lack of money affects almost anything. When you're constantly worried about bills, rent, debt, or unexpected expenses, your mind becomes defensive. You don't think about growth, you think about survival. Even small financial progress can change your entire mental health. Saving a bit more, earning a bit more, or reducing unnecessary expenses. These changes may seem small, but they create stability. And stability creates freedom. Freedom to think clearly, take opportunities, plan long term, and also a better year is often a financial calmer year. Discipline is often presented as something extreme. People imagine waking up at 4 a.m., ice bath, perfect routines, no mistakes, no distractions. But real discipline is much simpler. It looks like going to bed on time, doing a short workout, working on your task, saving a bit of money, and repeating this tomorrow. It's not war mode, it's maintenance mode. Like brushing your teeth, like charging your phone, like going to work. Discipline becomes easier when it stops being dramatic and becomes normal. The boring year principle. From the outside, the best years often look boring. No crazy parties, no constant travel, no dramatic changes. Just stable routines, consistent habits, regular work, and steady progress. But inside that boring year, your skill grows, your money grows, your confidence grows, your options grow, and by the end of the year, your life looks very different. Not because of one big moment, but because of many small ones. The compounding effect. Small improvements don't look impressive in the moment. One workout doesn't change your body. One saved amount doesn't change your finances. One day of focused work doesn't change your career. But when these actions repeat, day after day, week after week, month after month, they start to compound. And compounding is powerful because it's invisible at first. Nothing seems to happen, then suddenly everything changes. The identity shift. Real change doesn't start with goals. It starts with identity. It's not I want to be successful, but I'm someone who trains regularly, I'm someone who saves money, I'm someone who shows up every day. When identity changes, behavior follows. And when behavior changes, results follow too. The quiet nature of real progress. Real progress is usually private. There is no applause, no audience, no dramatic moments. Just showing up, doing the work, and repeating it, day after day. Most of the work that shapes your life happens when nobody is watching. A great year is not created by motivation, hype, resolutions, or lucky breaks. It's created by better energy, clearer direction, a cleaner environment, consistent daily behavior. And those things are built slowly, not in a single day, not in a single week, but across the entire year. The year doesn't change your life, your days do. And when your days start to change, the year quietly becomes something better. So, thank you so much for watching. This was the video for today. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think about what we just talked about? Me personally, I'm a big fan of transformations, but I know they come slowly if you work day by day on yourself. I proved this to myself many times. One more time, thank you for your patience and see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye bye.